Hey everyone, it's Joe Beethoven, and yes, before you say it, I know that after a short hot streak on making videos, I fell off the wagon again. I have not completed my supermassive videos, and I have not done my supermassive ranking. I will get back to these, I promise you. But life is a thing. It keeps happening, and it slows me down. I know that's a bummer. It's a bummer for me, and I hope it's a bummer for you because you like these videos. But here I am, ready to get back to it with something I truly love, Alan Wake. Now, a few months ago, Remedy posted a video where Sam Lake, Ilka Vili, Matthew Pereda celebrated the 12th anniversary of Alan Wake by announcing that they weren't really going to announce anything about Alan Wake 2 as they had promised. The summer was not the time, it turned out. They didn't want to take a break to do a demo or a trailer. They wanted to focus on development. I'm hoping that we're going to see something at the Game Awards again this year. That would be awesome. But for now, we have been left with really no new updates. Or have we? That's right, I have analyzed this video and the accompanying screenshots that they released, the concept art screenshots. I've probably overanalyzed it, actually. But now I'm ready to talk about this stuff. I want to share my thoughts with you, share the stuff I've noticed, theorize with you, and see what we could come up with analyzing the information that we have. It's limited, but there is stuff to talk about. So let's get into it. My analysis of the very few pieces of information we have about Alan Wake 2. So for this first section, we're going to focus on details in the concept art images that were shown in this video and later released as a separate downloadable package so that you could look at them whenever you wanted. Now, there are actually some really cool details to be found in these concept art images. It's a bit of speculation, really, but there is stuff to notice that we should talk about. So first up, we have this shot called Cauldron Lake Forest. Now, this one I put first because there's not really much here. It's just a dark forest. It's pretty cool. It's scary. But the name is interesting, Cauldron Lake Forest. Why not Bright Falls Forest? Why so specific? That's all really. That's all there really is to this one. Maybe it means that Cauldron Lake is going to be where Alan exits from the Dark Place. As we know, Cauldron Lake is an entrance to the Dark Place. So maybe that's why it's specifically Cauldron Lake Forest. I don't know. There's not much here, but still the name is something to take note of. Concept art number 2 is the Dark Place payphone, as it's called. We have Alan answering a payphone. Now, you may recall that a payphone was ringing in the teaser trailer for Alan Wake 2. This detail in the teaser trailer, plus this concept art, would suggest that there is storytelling significance, maybe even gameplay significance to the payphones. What does this mean? Is Alan receiving messages? Is he receiving tips on how to survive the Dark Place? Could it be Thomas Zane? Could it be Mr. Scratch taunting him? Could it be Jesse from the Federal Bureau of Control calling on the hotline? Could it be someone else entirely? I don't know, but clearly the payphone matters. Also, it says Dark Place payphone. So the city that we saw in the teaser trailer is definitely in the Dark Place. And we know that some signals can be carried from the Dark Place to the real world. So the payphone is definitely significant. We will see how that plays out. Number 3, we have the Dark Place streets. This is pretty similar to the look of the teaser trailer. We have Alan alone in the street, but interestingly, he's not holding anything this time. He doesn't have his light bulb wand or his bag or anything like that. Also, we see crows flying by, a staple of the Alan Wake series. Maybe they're going to come back into play. Maybe we'll see the crow enemy from Alan Wake's American Nightmare make a return. We'll see what happens. Just a detail to notice. Also, this neon sign says ELT, and I couldn't really think of what this could be the ending of. What kind of place could have ELT at the end? I'm sure I'm just blanking, but if you could think of it, what ELT might be part of, let me know. I would love to put that together, figure that out. But that's really it for the Dark Place streets. If you notice another detail, don't hesitate to point it out. And now we have number 4, the hotel rooftops. Now this is interesting right off the bat because of the name. It doesn't say Dark Place rooftops. It says hotel rooftops. Why does it say this? Is he not in the Dark Place? Interesting. Also in the distance, you can see the Ocean View Motel neon sign again. So maybe Alan is somewhere else now. Maybe the Ocean View Motel has taken him to a different place, a different rooftop, a different hotel somewhere else. It could be in the real world, or it could just be a misdirect. It could have been they forgot to put Dark Place in the name, but it does seem interesting to me. Also, we see that Alan is holding a revolver, but no flashlight in this shot, which is interesting. The revolver is, of course, a classic return from the original Alan Wake, but why no flashlight in this shot? Curious. And on the left, the building over there has a name. It looks like it starts with W, but I really can't make it out. If you have some way of zooming in or something, if you have figured out what this says, please let me know. That's probably an interesting detail. And all three of the past shots we talked about, the payphone, the streets, the rooftop, they are all in the rain, which seems to suggest that the hotel could still be in the dark place. The rooftops could still be there, but doesn't confirm it. It is just an interesting detail that all three of these places, these shots, are in the rain. Now, number 5, and this is the big deal shot, in my opinion. We have this creepy lady. Now, this shot is a big deal because it has no name, and it was not released with the other images. It was not in the downloadable image pack. So clearly, at least in my opinion, they don't want us to know who this creepy lady is. She's clearly in the sewers, but we don't know why. Who is she? Is she a new enemy type? Is she an NPC? Why does she have no name? Why is she knitting? Is she related to Barbara Jagger because she looks creepy and old, kind of like Barbara Jagger? Not to be rude, but that was kind of the thing with Barbara Jagger, a creepy old lady. So what is up with this thing, this being, this creature in this image? It looks super terrifying, so that matches up with the horror motif that they're going for, but she is the biggest question mark of these images, and is therefore the most interesting image, in my opinion. Alright, that's it for the concept art, and now we're going to talk about details from the announcement video itself. Despite the fact that they chose not to announce anything, technically, other than the fact that Alan Wake Remastered is coming to Nintendo Switch, there are actually some really cool details that they subtly revealed in this announcement video, and we're going to break some of them down. So first up, we have this moment with Ilka Vili in a suit in a photo shoot style situation. Now, I originally assumed that this was Mr. Scratch. You know, he's in a suit, he's got slicked back hair, but the hair and the suit are actually very similar to Alan's cutout from the original Alan Wake. This could still be Mr. Scratch, but it could also be a flashback to the Sudden Stop press tour, when he took the photo, when he was advertising his brand new book, the final book in the Alex Casey series. Either way, this scene will clearly be in live action, as Ilka is not in a mocap suit at all. He's being filmed in live action. So we'll find out what's going on here. I still think it could be Mr. Scratch because he looks really serious, but then again, Alan looked really serious in his cutout. So this is kind of a question mark. Either way, it will be really interesting. Now we have Ilka Vili in the actual mocap room. We have this shot of him rehearsing for mocap, holding a gun and a flashlight, suggesting that the gameplay in Alan Wake 2 will have similarities to the 2 previous Alan Wake titles, which is comforting to me because I really enjoy that gameplay, and I would still like to have the flashlight gun combo in the horror environment. That would kind of be a comfort to me as I have to try and endure a full-on survival horror game. I've done it before. I could do it again. Still kind of scary to think about. Next, we have Ilka in a mocap suit while not holding a gun, and he is not pointing his flashlight forward. Maybe this isn't a flashlight. Maybe this is the other device Alan was holding in the teaser, the light bulb wand. Maybe this means it will be a new gameplay mechanic. Maybe sometimes you'll be in an area where you need this special, powerful light tool in order to find your way through. It is interesting, though, that they showed this detail that Alan will not always carry a gun. Interesting. In the other mocap shot, we have Ilka Vili sitting at a table across from someone else. If you look in the corner, you can see that there is someone else in a mocap suit. This suggests that the other person is not Mr. Scratch, as Ilka would probably do mocap for both. So, who is this other character? Where is this conversation taking place? Is Ilka playing Alan in this scene? Or maybe he's Mr. Scratch dealing with somebody? Maybe Mr. Scratch is about to kill somebody like he did many times in Alan Wake's American Nightmare. All we know is that Alan and or Mr. Scratch is interacting with another person that will be a character in the game. So that's a little more information right there, a hint about what form some of the cutscenes will take. A conversation at a table between Alan or Mr. Scratch and someone else. And finally, we have a couple extra live action teases, a couple goodies that we could pick up on. We have Ilka with Alan's new haircut getting sprayed with water. This suggests that there will be live action cutscenes of Alan in the rain, just like the concept art shots, just like the teaser. It's not just going to be in-game graphics. There will be live action scenes of Alan in the rain, which is really exciting because I love those. I love Ilka Vili moments. And we have an image of a shotgun, suggesting that there will once again be weapon variety. You'll use multiple weapons, not just the revolver. And since the shotgun looks authentic, this suggests that Alan might be using this weapon in live action. It doesn't look like a mocap placeholder. All this suggests to me that they are taking the live action aspect of Alan Wake to a whole new level. Will it be the same level as Quantum Break with a full-on TV show? I doubt it. But in the announcement video, they did share that there will be an Alan Wake TV show, which is very cool, I might add. But that's not going to be in-game. That's actually going to be real on AMC. So maybe it will be a companion piece. Maybe the live-action elements of Alan Wake 2 will connect to the show. Maybe the show will be a prequel, kind of like Bright Falls. Maybe the show will be an adaptation. I don't know. But Alan Wake 2 by itself, without the show, will seemingly have much more live action than the previous two Alan Wake games, which I think is pretty cool. All right, that is it for my analysis of this announcement video and the images that came along with it. It's not that much, but what is there is actually really exciting and kind of whets the appetite, if you will. We haven't heard anything about Alan Wake 2 since its original announcement. I'm waiting with bated breath. I bet you are too if you're like me and you're just so pumped. But I'm glad we have just a few extra details to keep us curious, keep us thinking, keep us analyzing, keep us excited, because I definitely am still so excited. I hope we get concrete news soon, a new trailer, maybe even gameplay. I really hope we get these things, but for now, I just want Remedy to do their thing, to make the best product they can, because I know that's always their goal, so I understand they need to take their time. I'm not here to rush them, but still, I need something. They gotta give me something. I'm glad they gave me this, but soon, I really hope they give me something, because I'm kind of losing it with excitement. So for now, we have this. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like it if you did. Be sure to share it, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming Masterful content. I will be returning to my Supermassive games and eventual ranking. It's going to happen. And I actually recently started playing Max Payne 3. Now, I know it's not a Remedy game. I know that. I was actually hesitant to play it as a result, especially since Sam Lake said it wasn't really the direction he would have taken Max. But it is pretty great so far. I'm really enjoying it. So you can probably look out for a review of Max Payne 3 pretty soon, and maybe even a very short ranking as there are only 3 of them. There is a Max Payne on the Game Boy, but I don't think I'm going to get around to playing that. Who knows? Maybe. But for now, we're focusing on the main 3. All right. That's all for now. God bless you guys. I'll catchphrase you later, and this mantra will keep me going until it finally happens. Alan Wake 2 is coming. Bye!